Hey everyone, welcome back to Psychonauts. We're here in the mental world because this is the only place we can exist at this point. Raz's brain has been separated from his body, so if he returned to the real world, he wouldn't be able to do anything. But we're trapped in a brain tank with a coach and inside his brain, and for some reason we've got all our real world stuff.
Man, these things smell terrible. Am I sure I want to do this?
It's kind of weird. I didn't think he even could use the smelling salts here.
I think I'll stay in this mine for a while longer.
I'm not sure I want to know what happens if I actually use them. Maybe in a bonus video. For now, let's go back to the mines we've already beaten.
Hey, great to see you guys all together.
Not now, Rasputin. There is a lot of money on the table.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna hang out for a bit. Is that bull?
Long gone, my friend. The place is yours, if you'll excuse me.
Okay. Hey, great hand. Good thing we found all those queens, eh? Ah!
Not much to do here.
Hey, great to see you guys all together.
Not now, Rasputin. There is a lot of money on the table. Not now, Rasputin. There is a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, so once you've completed the mines, they kinda get pretty boring because there's no story or plot left in them. Just all the collectibles, and I've gotten everything except for some of the figments. So let's head back to the street. This is the section, obviously, where the remaining figments are. And without El Odio running around, it's a lot easier to get from place to place. So I'm missing 5 figments and one other thing. We'll get to that when I get to it. For now, let's just wander the empty streets. This is kinda why you want to try to get everything the first time, because the revisits are just so empty and hollow. And also, it's a lot easier to make sure you've covered all the ground if you're doing it all in one go, as opposed to coming back and trying to remember where you've been and where you haven't. There are still sensors, though. Some types of enemies disappear when you've cleared the level, other types will remain. Don't think there's anything back that way, I already went there and picked everything up. So I've just gotta kinda comb the street carefully and make sure that I don't pass anything yet again. Oh, that reminds me, there's something I wanted to do with the ladies in these windows. Hey, there goes one of the figments. Forget the lady in the window, I want the figment. Oh, it'll float past again eventually. Anyway, I want to use my clairvoyance on the lady while I'm holding the rose to see how she sees me. There we go. Barely see out of the corner of her eye there. A handsome chap holding a rose.
Someone who'd appreciate it.
And it looks like there's a figment up there. Let's see if I can get to it. Actually no, there's no figment up here at all. I was looking at that colored cloth. Another annoying thing about this game, and it might be better in some of the other versions of it, particularly the PC version, the draw distance might be a bit better. Back there is the other thing that I forgot in this level. We get our ammo capacity upgraded one more time. And another thing that would have disappeared if I had hit rank 95 before this point. So this is a lot easier to jump to from the uppermost balcony, but it's hard to get up there. So what I want to do is jump up, raise the ladder, and then I can lower it again now that I'm up here. Much better. And another figment sitting next to it. So there are 3 more left to find. And this thing that I didn't notice before. There's actually a pile of wood here in front of this door. It's got an item inside, and no other purpose that I can discern. But it looks like a safe place to hide from El Odio as you're running up and down the street. So, if you need an extra place to go, and you can stand still long enough to use pyrokinesis, might as well. Also, now that all the dogs are gone, any paintings you didn't buy before are free. And there's a new rose at each set of easels, including the third one where the Dalmatian was that didn't have a rose to begin with. So I figured I'd come back this way and go back up to that garden up on the rooftops, where all the defeated wrestlers hang out, just to see if anything's changed, and of course, to see all 4 of them there. It's kind of annoying, as always. Once you've beaten a level, it seems like it takes way too long to get anywhere in it. But that's kind of the price you pay for playing games that are not oriented around fast travel and stuff like that. I think now that we're in the PS4 and Xbox One generation, we're kind of spoiled.
I just think it's great that you took that ass-kicking I handed to you and turned that defeat into something positive. Like gardening.
Yeah, unfortunately, the wrestlers don't do anything interesting at all once they're here. Wanted to clear out everything just to make sure that I hadn't missed any figments up here on the rooftop. As it happens, I didn't. And just as a quick check, not that you can do anything to these guys, and if you use clairvoyance, you'll look exactly like you did during the actual match. So let's skip ahead to when I find figment number 3 of 5. It's just sitting right up there. That was kind of an embarrassing omission. And number 4 may be even more embarrassing. There it is up in that basket. Why I didn't check for it before, I have no idea. I think the other figment is sitting above one of the basketball hoops. The one that I missed is actually inside it, very obscured by the net. But I should have known. You always look for things inside the hoop. And the final figment, one of those ones that I told you to make sure you don't miss because it looks just like background decoration. And we've completely cleared this mind. The smelling salts will, of course, also take us to the collective unconscious since we can't go anywhere else, and there's nothing in Sasha's shooting gallery, so let's head to the theater.
Hey there, kid. What are you doing back here?
Well, you know, it's always good to come back to the stage once in a while to make sure you still know how to act. So why isn't the big Bonita number playing?
Oh, Bonita's gone.
What? Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's good. We had an amazing 60-week run, 3 sold-out performances a day, and now she's just on a quick vacation before taking the show on the road. So the company and I are just practicing some of the old material to get ready for the tour. Well, let me know if you want to run some lines or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like Gloria's depression has completely reversed course, which is amazing. As I'm recording this, I just started a course of antidepressants myself, so I'm kind of looking forward to as close to the real-world equivalent to that as you can possibly get. Jasper is, of course, gone forever. And I'm missing one figment in this section, and one up on the catwalks, if I remember correctly. I know exactly where the missing figment is and why I didn't get it before. you just kind of have to go out of your way a little bit. I need to go all the way to the 3rd stage and then come back to this one. There's the figment up on the upper ledge. But the boat's not here, so I'm going to have to make it appear, I think. And there's only one way to do that.
The day the mailboat finally came needs another run-through, I think.
Yeah, that one can use a little work.
I could go into the sad mood and then make the dragon appear, climb up that, and go to the 3rd stage that way, and then change it back to the happy mood, but running the play just seems a little faster. I'm sure there are speedrunners out there who can actually tell me to the 100th of a second which is actually the faster way to go. And then I fall off the boat. But it gets me up to the top anyway. Yeah, I could have gotten this figment earlier, but it just seemed like going out of my way to do so. So now that I've got that, it's time to head up to the catwalks. And rather than going to the trouble of calling the blimp, I'll just warp up there. And I have no idea where the figment is going to be here, so I just gotta move forward and keep my eyes peeled. The nice thing is, now that Jasper is no longer acting as the Phantom, he's not going to be dropping any sandbags on my head. I can just move forward, not really paying too much attention to my surroundings other than watching for that figment to appear. I think I saw it. There it is. And that's this stage 100% complete.
Man. No.
Why was no highlighted?
Man.
Usually yes is the default. And back to basic braining, where there's actually something in addition to figments that I missed. Or rather, I decided to leave it for here because nobody actually wants to watch it, and half here are probably going to skip these videos anyway.
But for those students who'd like to run the course again for extra credit, or for a makeup exam, I'll leave it open.
Yeah, we already heard that on the last
I'll be here to
revisit.
watch over you, so please, children, be careful.
That's just that thing that I'm sure a lot of people don't know, that you don't actually lose astral projection layers the first time you're in this mind. When you return, you do lose them, just like any other mind. So I've been through here twice, and somehow missed this figment both times, so it's time to pay attention. Really make sure I look at everything. And it's only because I can't pull myself up there that I happen to swing the camera in this direction. And there it was the whole time. So that's everything that the game requires for 100% in this level. There's a little bonus thing that you can do, which everybody hates, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. It's kind of an extra thing. You can still reach rank 100 and the game will consider it the highest possible rank. But there's actually a 101st rank that I didn't know about until I watched someone else's Let's Play of this game. Because I'm not sure who would have the patience to do this if they even thought about it. You come back to where you did that punching game where Clem and Crystal were first cheering you on. You can run the course again, and this time it's not mandatory to complete, obviously, but you get prizes. And when I say prizes, I mean arrowheads. It's kinda tricky. I may be making it look easy, but it's really not. Because once you get 10 or 15 points. I think it might actually be... yeah, 15. I've got half the points. Yeah, this is it. The targets start popping up a lot faster. They all stay around the center, so you don't have to move all that much to hit them. They're babies, which you'll lose a point if you hit. And once you hit 23 points, the targets speed up again, and I just can't hit them. I'm pretty sure there are a couple that I'm actually impacting, and you can see the little starburst of impact. But they're descending too quickly for me to hit them. I do kind of put the blame on my recording setup here. I'm using component video with a pass-through that is actually two pass-throughs. I've got a component video switch, and then I've got the actual recording device with the pass-through. As far as I can tell, the combination of those two pass-throughs adds enough delay that I just cannot possibly keep up with these targets. I know it's an excuse, but that's just kind of the way it goes. I've beaten this game plenty of times. I've done the punching minigame, and it's not nearly as difficult as it was during this recording session. So, that's my excuse for not being able to complete this. Spoilers, I'm not actually going to finish this thing in the 5 minutes of video I've got left. You do kind of have to punch a little bit before the target appears, which is difficult to do when you never know when you're going to hit a baby. Sometimes you just get lucky and hit the targets you need. There are, I believe, 4 additional courses. This one, again, you need to get 30 points, but you only have 60 seconds. You had 75 for the previous game. And you can see by the fact that I sped up the video, it's not going to happen. I came close. I managed to get up to 29. I think this one, they give you less time, but they also go to the targets popping up around the center only a lot faster. And again, I get to 29, and I cannot hit the 30th target, no matter what I do. I think the raw footage for this episode, including everything that led up to it, was probably about an hour. I spent a long time trying to do all these targets. And there are at least 2 more difficult versions of this after I'm done with this one. This is nothing, really. So here's the winning run, where I actually do manage to get the 30 points, and I think I've got plenty of time to spare, too. When it works, it works. You don't get a whole lot of time to move from one target to the next. It's enough. You usually aren't going to be missing targets. It's just when they start to speed up as your score goes up that your reflexes have to be on point, and sometimes the controls don't respond as quickly as the rest of you does. Close enough. So now we move on to the most difficult variety of the challenge. You need 40 points, 75 seconds, and not only do you lose 2 points if you hit a baby, but you lose a point if you don't hit the target before it goes back down. So you need to hit every target, not because of the time limit, but because your score is going to drop pretty rapidly and you're just never going to catch up. After this one, I'm pretty sure the most difficult game comes up, which is just the same thing, 40 points in 60 seconds. There might be another one where you have to get 50 points in 75 seconds. I don't remember. I will certainly do my best when I do the second playthrough of the game with the PC version, where there won't be nearly as much input delay. I'm going to try to beat this game completely and show you to the final round. I just got frustrated at this point and started punching babies. Something that should never be said outside the context of this game, I feel. But even if I'm aiming at the babies, I still can't hit them most of the time. So, here's my final frustration. 8 more minutes sped up to about 1 minute. The final prize, if you manage to complete all the minigames, is a free rank up. That's what'll get you to 101. But it's fine to skip it. You'll still hit rank 100, still get the 100% completion bonus. Trust me, you don't want to do this. You just don't. Anyway, you can see my score gets so tantalizingly close to 30. Such a shame I need 40.
Man, I'm ready.
See you next time for more levels.